Welcome back to the channel. Rich here, my fellow drifting maniacs, and in today's video I'm going to be talking you through what I think are the top 5 RC bashers out there for under $100. Very conscious, we've got Thanksgiving and Christmas rushing upon us, and I do recognise we've not all got huge budgets for RC cars out there at the minute. Now, out of these 5 RC cars, I've owned 4 of them, but the 5th one is actually probably one of the most relevant sub $100 bashers out there. So this list has been picked on things like the car's runtime, durability of the car, can it withstand the Ritchie wall test as an example, as well as the speed. So it's that general bashability factor comes into there. Anyway, let's get on with the top 5. And at number 5 we have, it's the HBX Rampage, otherwise known as the HBX 18859E. 118 scale, brushed, electric powered crawler they call it. You will find this thing handles a little bit differently, a little bit quicker than a crawler. Yours for a smidgen under $70 from Banggood. I will put a link to it below the video. If anyone's familiar with the Red Cat Volcano 18, this car to my mind looks surprisingly familiar, if not absolutely identical on here. Very, very easy to work on, very durable, very quick, both over grass and on blacktop. As mentioned there, from the layout of the thing, very, very easy indeed to work on. A lot of plastic on there, which means it will bounce off of things rather than break, which means it fits nicely into my top 5 of RC bashers under $100. And as I say, it's quite nippy, as you'll see in this clip. Well, it's lightweight, means it's quite quick, has a decent turn of acceleration, but that lightweight also means it's quite a good basher. It tends to bounce off things rather than bend or break. Well, the HBX Rampage offers pretty good value for money, to my mind, at a smidgen under $70, but not as much value as the car at number 4 does. And weighing in at number 4, so HBX 16889. This car is also can be found as the SG1601, but they're pretty much the same car. 116 scale, it's brushless, 45 kilometers an hour top speed on it. That thing is a positive little firecracker. You get 20 minutes plus runtime out of battery, which makes it excellent value for the money on here. It can take a heck of a bang, as you'll see in this wall test.
Oh, wall test, wall test. Oh, wall test again.
And having tested this car at length, I can safely say this car definitely deserves to be in the top 5 RC bashers under $100. And to give you some idea of the power this thing has got, you will know this comes with a wheelie bar, which it does need. They do a brush version of this, but I would highly recommend going for the brushless version. So moving on to car number 3, one of my all-time favourites, as it's highly, highly modifiable. And it is the mighty wltoys A959B. Now this is brushed, and you might be thinking, uh-oh Rich, what are you talking about brushed? It's 118 scale, but its party trick is this 70 kilometers an hour top speed, and that is because this car doesn't have a 380 can motor in it. It has a 540 can motor in it. This also means you can squeeze in a full-size brushless motor, something even like a castle motor would fit in this car. So the potential it's got is huge, but the torque given out by that 540 motor and the durability of this thing make it one of the best bashers out there. It's only got small wheels, but the thing cuts through grass purely because of the torque given out by this 540 motor. Comes completely ready to run, transmitter, batteries, radio, etc. included in the car, and it looks one of the best ones out there to boot. And the thing positively flies along, as you'll see with yours truly driving it in this short clip. So hopefully you can tell from that clip of my enthusiasm, I absolutely love the A959B to bits. It is definitely quite a lot. It's definitely worth paying the extra money for the B version as opposed to the A959, which comes with a 380 motor on it. The torque that 540 can motor gives, you have to drive the car to believe the amount of torque it has with that 540 can motor in there. Link to it below the video. Just remember guys, if you like what you see today, don't forget to subscribe. It's the 2-wheel drive Armour Granite Voltage 1/10 scale. It's $99. It's number 2 basher on the list. Because not only is the armour tough, spares are very cheap, Very, very easy to work on, very easy to get hold of the spares, and you are buying that proven armour quality in this car, albeit at an entry level 1, available in 2 different colour schemes. Or being the #1 basher doesn't necessarily mean being the fastest RC car out there for under $100, not by a long shot. It's, can it handle that big air? Can it do a backflip? If it does a backflip and it goes horribly wrong, is it easy to work on? Is it easy to repair? The Voltage ticks all of those boxes for that very reason. What I love about this car, well, you are buying a big brand name, quite possibly the biggest brand name out there at the minute. It is a car that you can progress with very easily, both in terms of modifying it and upgrading into it. Not only that, it's extremely durable on here. We've got big bore plastic shocks all round. They are adjustable up to a point using the little plastic spacers you see on there. The whole thing is of a modular construction, and just looking at it from the outset there, well, it's pretty much all plastic on there. That looks like a fairly solid plastic, and having seen one in store, be assured the thing does look and feel armour tough. Anyway, now we've got what they call a 3-in-1 ESC and receiver on here. You will know it's got a 5-wire servo. Disaster rich. A 5-wire servo, what am I going to do? This is a really neat ESC. It will take a 3-wire servo, so if you want to upgrade the existing one, you don't need to change out the receiver and ESC on it. You can plug a 3-wire servo straight into there, upgrading it. Very neat, very well thought out indeed to my mind. And there's a closer look at those oil-filled shocks on here. As I say, you can adjust them with the preloaded spacers on there. Quick change battery cradle. Now, whilst it comes ready to run with a stock 1800 mAh nickel metal hydride pack, it will actually take a LiPo battery in here as well. Fairly basic transmitter at this price point, obviously. Now, there are some great bashing videos on the Armour website of the car in action, but I believe you should look at those in your own time. But that shot there of it in the air gives you some idea this thing is designed to bash. And those electrics, well, they're all fully waterproof. 20-turn 540 brushed motor, mid-mounted, so it should handle reasonably well. As I say, adjustable body mounts all round, bashing design suspension geometry, 5 kilo servo, ball bearings throughout, and that transmission, well, looks fairly tough to my mind. But this one looks even more so. All metal diff internals, that's got to be good. So hopefully, taking all that into consideration, you can see why the Armour Granite Voltage gets my #2 rating when it comes to top 5 RC bashers under $100. Link to the car below the video. And at #1, we have the wltoys 144001. Quite possibly the fastest RC car out there for under $100, and whilst possibly not a true basher, in the sense of doing backflips over jumps or anything, this thing can handle its own around a dirt track without any issues whatsoever. Sure, it is not going to be putting up with 15-foot high jumps. It's not going to land well. It's not going to end well if you do that. But in terms of a street basher, particularly if you're using this solely on blacktop, that thing is just about unbeatable. 40 miles an hour out the box on 3S. And this is what it looks like from about 6 feet away from the car. The thing is an absolute flying machine. It's available with a single battery pack. The older version I think a 1500 mAh battery on there, which still give a runtime of 20 minutes. The newer version comes with this 2600 mAh battery, same electrics. Besides that particular version that I've linked to on here comes with 2 of those batteries. So it's got a lot going for it. A 1500 mAh battery gave this thing a runtime of around 20 minutes. So you're getting 2 2600 mAh ones in with this package. It's available in 2 different colours, the red and the green. I personally prefer the green and blue combination on here. Comes completely ready to run. Very, very easy indeed to work upon, and spares are reasonably easy to get hold of. Even Amazon is now stocking spares for this car. What makes it so good? Well, just like the wltoys 959B, it's the heart. This thing is the 540 can motor in there. But if you check out the modifications that the people have done to this car, you will see people like the RC Master and Birmingham RC nudging on the 100 mile an hour mark with this car. So as I said, it's maybe a street basher as opposed to a track basher. You will note it has metal shock towers, metal threaded shocks on there, steel drive shafts, steel turnbuckles, etc, etc. The list goes on and on and on. But you're wondering, Richie, if you've put this at #2, I'll put a link to it below the video, then what on earth is at number 1? Well, it's the... Hope you agree with the list. If you have a difference of opinion, have your say in the comment section below the video. There's a link to all the cars below the video. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.